after the first quarter, we're down by just 2 points.
That's right. You know, France also getting a lot of attempts inside the paint, pero hindi naman lahat yan binibigay lang natin. No? We're making them work for it, and a lot of times we are sending them to the line, pero yung France naman hindi naman talaga flawless from the free throw line rin, and at the same time tayo rin, no? We were getting good looks, but the reason why we're really behind just by 2 is because of our good defense against France. We have a good game plan, defensive game plan employed here, and yung pressure ng France from the backcourt, and nabe-break natin almost here, almost a steal here for France to begin the second period.
Lipo, magandang araw sa kanilang lahat. You're watching our coverage of yung mga tune-up games ng ating national team, Nico Alili with Coach Richard Del Rosario. And Jared Dillinger sends it to Ranadel De Ocampo, and they're joined by Jimmy Alapag, Marcus Dautit, and Gary David. Jared for 3. Straight but short. Nice tap there by Ranadel. Open shot, Gary David, no go.
Yeah, that was the best look for we can have for Gary David. That's
This will be number 2 against Ranadel.
Block. Or play basketball or doesn't play, okay? Or play basketball or nothing.
Don't play basketball or
Yes.
nothing, huh?
Yes. Well, there was an early contact by Ranidel because hindi naman niya pwede ibigay yung position lang basta doon sa binabantayan niya.
2-point game. And a miss there by Edwin Jackson. A rebound by Marcus Dautit. We are in the early moments of the second quarter. Jimmy on the move. Jimmy all the way, almost, but not quite. Jackson. Dio back in the game. He started the ball game for France. Dio. And Fournier with a drive and the 2 points.
You know, ipapansin mo rin sa offense dito ng France, you know, the constant motion, constant movement, a lot of ball screens, a lot of screens off the ball. Ito na naman, Dillinger trying to penetrate.
Here's the kick out. Carry from the corner. High looping shot.
But at least we got some penetration inside the key. Yun ang difference kanina, no? Hindi tayo makapasok dyan sa shaded lane na yan. Right now, I'm sure the instructions of the coaching staff para sa ating players is drive inside. Force the help. And that time, we were able to locate our shooter. Hindi pa lang nga tumatama itong si Gary David.
Gobert. Jackson. Good defense by Jared Dillinger. Shot clock down to 6. Dio fires, no go, and excellent box out by the Philippines. LA Tenorio back in the ball game. LA looking for a target here. Face to face with Dio. LA. Ranidel. Back to Tenorio. 7 to shoot. Tenorio with the drive. Nope. Outside Gary. Shot clock down to 2. And missed by Gary David.
Excellent defense there by France, just keeping in step with their man.
Another foul laban kay Jared.
And sa atin naman, on the other end, you know, si Jared, you know, didn't want to give up that penetration. Kaya nga lang, lateral yung movement niya. I mean, there's a big difference, you know, in how to contain the offensive player, and France is really showing us how it's done.
Yeah, despite all of that, we're down by just 4 points with 7:40 remaining in the first half. Jared sits down with 3 personal fouls. Meantime, here's Fournier with a drive and a miss there. Rebound, Dautit.
And France also missing a lot of gimmies.
And that will be a foul on Antoine Dio. Trying to stop Gabe Norwood from going all the way to the hoop. That will be his first personal. Jeff Chan will start the play over to Douthit. Looking for LA. Douthit instead will go to Ranidel. Ranidel, open shot. Straight but strong.
Yes, that's a shot of Ranidel.
Dio really holding on to that ball and then goes in. No go. And the ball will go out. It will stay with France.
Ang papansin mo dyan, no? Lagi yung tao ni Marcus Douthit yung pinasiset nila ng screen, you know, and they're trying to create mismatches. If they switch or si Douthit na nalalagpasan nila, no, on the help defense, and that's where they attack. Yung point of attack nila is from the man of Marcus, whoever Marcus is guarding. Yan na naman, tao ulit ni Douthit yung ang pinaset nila ng screen, and that allowed itong France to score.
Gobert slamming it home and opening up a 6-point lead.
Oh, yes.
Gabe Norwood hits a three.
That's very crucial. Those open looks we have to make. Dahil minsan lang yan mangyari.
So that French lead down to 3 points. Boris Diaw against Ranidel de Ocampo. Edwin Jackson. Fournier to Gobert. Gobert against Douthit. And a nice swipe by Jeff Chan. Jeff's on the move. Jeff drives, sets up Ranidel de Ocampo for three.
Oh!
Yes, and he ties the game at 26.
And once again, penetration is responsible for open looks. As long as we can attack the basket, we can get open looks from our shooters.
National Basketball Tournament, the Tournoi de Antiba. People are checking out, of course, France and of course the Philippines. And you're seeing the Philippine team. The Philippine team natin, we're hanging tough here. We're tied with France at 26 all.
Kaya nga taas kilay itong mga nanonood eh. Napapabilib. I think one thing that the Philippines has earned so far in the first half is the respect not only of the national team of France but also of the crowd inside this arena. Sabi ba, hindi pala talaga push over itong Gilas Pilipinas.
Jackson. Diaw against Ranidel. Double team by LA. Huerte, no go. And excellent box out by Ranidel, but he lost the ball. And so it will stay with France. Kick out, Fournier. Shot clock down to 10. Cut by Fournier, and he scores the layup.
Well, you can't give them second chance at the basket. Sayang yung rebound kanina, no? Dito si Ranidel de Ocampo.
So the lead is back with France as LA goes inside. And then sets up Ranidel. Ranidel against Diaw. Ranidel de Ocampo is pushed. And the basket is good!
And nakikita mo ngayon, no, mas may kumpiyansa na itong ating mga manlalaro. No? Kanina, para talagang sabi mo na may konting kaba in trying to penetrate. Pero ngayon, mas malakas na loob natin in trying to get to that gap of the defense. And right now, a chance para sa atin na makakuha lamang with this free throw by Ranidel de Ocampo.
Ranidel getting the first foul of Boris Diaw, and he could not complete the three-point play. Nonetheless, he ties the game at 28. Huertel over to Boris Diaw with a spin. Help defense by Douthit. Batum is back in the game. Boris Diaw nanggigil na kasi na-scorean siya ni Ranidel kanina eh.
And even during the timeout, although hindi ko maintindihan yung sinasabi ng coach nila, and nakita ko sa board talagang gusto talaga niya ilagay yung bola sa loob, But every time they get the ball to the post, Right now, they're trying to read that double team. Kaya this time si Dio spun baseline because alam niya yung double team nanggagaling dito sa taas. And he tried to avoid that double team. Pero good rotation from the baseline from Marcus Downhill.
Mark Bigris and Andre Blatch are back in the game for the Philippines. The man on the line, of course, is Boris Diaw, and he misses the first. Makes the second. The lead is back with France, 29-28. Under 5 minutes remaining in the second period. Tenorio to Blatch. Blatch for three. Yes, sir!
And he gives the Philippines the lead, 31-29, mga kaibigan. 4.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter.
And it will be Philippines basketball. And now, some of the French players, they're getting flustered here.
That's right. Because right now, they're missing layup, they're missing their outside shots, it's not falling for them. And at the same time, tayo naman na-execute na natin yung offense natin. And I don't think France expected us to be leading at this point of the game.
Norwood. Here's Tenorio. LA Tenorio, floater, almost. Rebound, Boris Diaw. Philippines up by 2 as we approach the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. Wertel to Diaw.
Diaw trying to be fancy.
No look, no success.
Even kanina, nakita mo tong France, maraming mga fancy passes between the legs.
That was in the
behind
first
the
quarter.
back. Yes.
They're not going to do that anymore.
Especially after a halftime talk with their coach, I'm sure. And right now, nakikita mo talaga yung confidence ng mga Pilipino. Napakataas na. Everybody trying to drive to the basket.
I tell you, that buzzer-beating three-point shot by Jimmy to end the first, that was something we really needed. And Jimmy showed them, you know what, we can confidently shoot, don't worry.
That's right.
Here's Jeff. Jeff fires, no go. That probably was deflected. Wertel over to Lauvergne, and he slams it home, and he ties the game at 31.
A few instances that France is able to score on a fast break. Maganda yung nagiging transition defense natin, except for this one.
Fast break brought to you by Smart Bro, tomorrow's internet. Geoffrey Lauvergne. He committed his third personal foul as he was trying to contain Andre Blatch. Wertel will sit down along with Fournier. And with Jalabal is back in the game. Meantime, here's Norwood. 3:20 remaining in the second period. Blatch. Andre Blatch against Lauvergne. Blatch one-on-one. Blatch fires.
Too fancy that time. Naging personal yun para kay Andre Blatch. And right now, that resulted in another fast break. I'm sure, yun ang ayaw na ayaw dito ni Coach Chot Reyes, yung fancy one-on-one move resulting in a breakdown on defense. Ito, makikita ulit natin, between the legs, and great defense here
by Lauvergne.
By Lauvergne.
We'll take a break. Back in a moment. Back with us having special coverage of the Tournoi d'Antiba. And France, itong kaharap natin today, ranked 8th sa FIBA. And you see their Olympic appearances, World Cup appearances, the 2013 Eurobasket champions. Anytime France enters a tournament, you often expect this team to be, instantly top 3, top 4.
That's correct. And right now, we're doing a great job keeping in step here with France.
And our players are doing it against You know, guys like Nick Batum and Boris Diaw and Nando De Colo as Andre Black scores, and he ties the game at 33.
Nice sidestepping move here by Andre Blatch.
Diaw against Mark Pingris, double team by Norwood. Lauvergne, open three, no go, and a rebound by Jimmy Alapag.
You know, every time you double team the post, it's always a gamble because you will leave a man open. And right now, although Jimmy missing that one, hindi pa pumapasok yung shots ng France from the outside.
Almost by Norwood.
And so far, our gamble is paying off. Let's see. This time, good defense again by Blash, forcing this turnover. Ito na naman fast break para sa Team Pilipinas.
Tied ball game at 33. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. And Jimmy goes in. He was challenged by Nando De Colo. Meantime, here's Batum. His pass deflected by Pingris. Diaw against Jimmy. Dial 911. Tulog! Tulog! Here's De Colo, and he connects.
Well, they were unsure who was going to double team. Talking about Team Pilipinas, no? Pingris or Jeff Chan.
But those situations will happen.
Yes.
It will happen.
Yes, and you just have to communicate a little better.
Philippines down by 2. Jimmy to Blatch. Shot clock down to 5. Blatch,
wide open.
Shot, Jeff Chan. Yes, sir! That's a 3.
And yan yung hinahanap ni Jeff Chan kanina pa. He's been in that spot the entire first half.
And we regain the lead, 36-35, with under a minute to play in the first half.
And what a bonus if we can head to the locker room with a lead.
Chelabal, no go, rebound, Jeff Chan. Jeff Chan, but he had an opening. Passes it to Blatch, and here's Jimmy. Jimmy sets up Jeff. Jeff Chan for 3.
Yes!
Sir! That's a 3. Back-to-back threes by Jeff Chan. And the Philippines on top by 4, 39-35.
Jeff Chan with another open look, and that's all he needed for back-to-back threes. Jeff Chan giving the Philippines their biggest lead here in the first half.
Chances of finishing the first half with the lead, looking very good at this point. Jeff Chan hitting back-to-back three-point shots, sending yung mga kababayan natin inside the facility here in Antiba in euphoric glee. Quiet first half so far for Nick Batum, and the Philippines on top 39-35. De Colo, Batum. And that will be an offensive foul, I guess, from or against Lauvergne.
They've been trying to go to this high-low play after that down screen, no? And then they would just seal the man. But this time he was warding off with his offhand. And Lauvergne.
That's going to be his 4th personal foul.
At dito, namomroblema na nga itong France. Di sila makapaniwala sa nangyayari dito sa... you can see the frustration on Lauvergne.
On fait rouge sur les pics au milieu, d'accord? Ok, prends Blatch.
Back in a moment.
On fait rouge sur les pics au milieu.
Simula na naman. Magandang umaga, kaibigan.
Go laban Gilas Pilipinas. Marami pong mga Gilas supporters.
Syempre.
Coming out to support the Philippine team. But right now the French national team, they're in a quandary here, down by 4 points, and now the Philippines can write the last sentence of the second chapter. Jimmy had that buzzer beater to end the first period. 7 seconds to go in the first half. 5 seconds to go. Jimmy on the move. Sets up Andre Blatch from the corner, and he overshoots, and that ends the first half. And the Philippines on top by 4 at the end of the first 2 quarters, 30